smoking it off down in the basement. So I'm a little burned out today, but
Yeah.
we're gonna give you what I got. I think it'll come out good. I think it'll be fine.
Hell yeah. You recording right now?
I just started it up.
Yeah, I
Dude,
figured
because like that right there, that was it. That's like the little preview to the show.
dude.
Yeah, that's a little snippet.
Oh, let me get a little water first.
All right.
Got a little dry mouth.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Hustle and Speak podcast. Today, I got my little brother Aaron with me, and I got my co-host with me,
Chris G. What's up, guys?
Chris G. Baby, what's
So,
going on, Aaron?
Not much, man. Just having a good time up here in Maryland.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Went out on the boat. Chris's new boat.
How was that?
That was badass. I'm a little sore. They put me all the way up front in the hall, dude.
He hasn't even taken me for a ride yet, so
No?
I feel blessed.
Hey, I said the other day, I was like, we gotta go out on the boat, dude.
You did.
Let's
You
go.
did.
Let's go. Kate said the other day, too. She's like, you gotta take Chris on the boat. I was like, I know. I do.
Dude, one of my kids would really love to go on the boat.
We'll have to take him, too. We'll
Yeah,
take him.
I don't. My kids are. I don't know. They might. Isaac might be down. They might be both down.
Yeah.
I don't know. You never know.
It's a great time, dude.
It is.
It's a great time.
Yeah.
Bro, he threw me off so hard yesterday.
Yeah.
Had me and Camden on the back.
Like
He was
knock
just-
the wind out of yourself.
Oh, bro, I did like 3 flips in the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, that's why the same thing like bikes. I don't do tubing a lot. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't like things that I can get the wind knocked out of me.
Right.
I always struggle.
Bro,
I'm not gonna lie. Kate said the other day, she's like, she's like, you can jump on when your dad is like, I ain't getting on that goddamn tube.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the tubes.
I ain't getting on that shit.
I don't like do a lot of things with water, honestly. I don't like getting water in my ears and my nose. My friends make fun of me. I still hold my nose when I jump in the water.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too. I hate water
Yeah.
up my nose.
I don't understand how people get water. I don't get water in my nose
Dude.
like that.
Yeah, but
Really?
you blow out when you jump in.
I must, because
Yeah.
I know people all the time like, I get water in my
Yeah.
nose, and they're holding their nose. That's never been a
I get it in
problem
my
for me.
ears too.
Yeah,
Like,
yep.
I get ear infections because of it all the time.
The kids always get the water in their ears, and I told them, you know how to get water out your ears the best way?
Shake your head upside down.
Well, no, that's how you get a fucking headache.
Yeah.
If you actually, and I've always done this since I was a kid, if you take more water, like I'll grab my fingers, if you drip more water in your ear,
Yeah.
it comes out easy. You literally just got to shake and it'll all come out.
Because it adds a little bit more for it to grab onto.
It comes right out. My son the other day, he's shaking his head. He looks like he's into rock, concert.
Yeah.
I'm
Two
like, what are
drops.
you doing, dude? I was like, dip your fingers in the water, so just do a couple drops in your ear and shake your head. It'll come right out. And 3 seconds later, he's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, dude.
No shit.
That's the
Bro,
way.
you
Might be
just
the new
changed our
pull-
lives.
pull technique.
I definitely did.
Podcast success.
Man, I should have just done a TikTok on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like start up like, hey,
We're going to snippet that.
Yeah,
how to get water out of your ears.
How to get water out your
that's
ears.
crazy. But
It
yeah,
works.
dude, I've tried blowing out my nose, jumping in the water. That shit does not work.
Yeah,
Like, it'll work for while you're blowing out. As soon as you stop, shit shoots straight up.
I'm a floater. When I get in the water, I like to
Yeah.
I usually try to find a couple pool noodles to sit on.
Right,
Yeah.
To where
right.
I'm covered up shoulder.
Yeah.
So your whole body. Sometimes it a couple weeks ago it was like 100 degrees. We were out in the pool. It just if you weren't in the pool, you were roasting. So
Right.
I try
right.
to just float. I
Yeah.
like to float. I don't like to be swimming. Using
Yeah,
too much
I'm
energy in there.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Just
Do you float above water?
I could coast back, but it's once again I don't like to get water in my ears, so I don't do it. I
Nah.
like to float on a floaty. I'm
You
a
need
floaty
sink.
guy.
You need
Yeah.
those new Temu goggles with the earplugs
Earplugs.
in them and shit.
Dude, I've thought about using earplugs, but I don't like. I have problems with my ears.
Right.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Nah, that's crazy. I got big ears, bro. So it's just like
It's collecting
open
a lot
doorway.
of sound.
Exactly.
A lot of things going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I mean, where you want to start, man?
I don't know. It's up to you. This is the Aaron
Yeah.
show today.
All right.
We'll go with the flow.
So, I mean, he was asking me where I was from when we first met each other a couple minutes ago. So,
Yeah.
originally from Pasadena, moved down to Franklin County, Virginia. I was 13 years old. Parents split up, 2008. Actually, the summer that, cool story, summer that I moved down there, Chris gave me this necklace.
Oh,
Still
that's
got
awesome.
it.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, never take it off, man.
So, same parents, mom and dad?
Just same dad.
Okay, so.
Yep, same dad.
Okay. So then you moved with your mom down
Yep.
to Franklin County.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
moved to, so he grew up in Florida.
Yeah.
He'd come up during summer and shit.
Okay.
So I moved out down to Virginia, and then he moves up here and shit like swap, which
Oh,
was
that's
crazy because like
Yeah.
our whole lives, he was the one coming up visiting.
Yeah.
Now it's like I come up and visit, but
Yeah, that's crazy.
it really is, bro.
When you put
It was
that way,
nuts.
yeah.
Yeah, because it was just like, it was so normal. Like, every day, the day to day, every summer, every other Christmas, the way like things was in the family.
You knew it was coming.
Right.
Yeah, it was just normal.
And
like,
now it's you. So
Yeah.
you're up on one of your annual. Well, how many times do you make it up a year to Pasadena?
So I used to come quite a bit. After I graduated, I don't know, a couple times a year. Stopped for a little while.
Yeah.
Started coming up to Ravens games just to kind of give me a reason to come up. So once, twice a year, typically. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. Saint, how many times you come down to Virginia?
He's got a big giant like van too.
Dude,
Yeah, I know.
Listen, I got a valid excuse.
No, you don't. No, there's not many excuses. That's not gonna work.
It's so bad.
Dude, last time, hold on. He finally convinced me to come, right?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we're coming. We're driving, and it's a 5-hour drive, but it takes 42 hours, it feels like.
Yeah.
It's the longest drive of your life.
Because everyone's got to stop.
Yeah.
Not only that, it's just like, I don't know, where he lives, it's in the middle of nowhere. But I'm literally 10 minutes from his house. His wife passes me in their Tesla on the opposite side of the road, and she sees me. I'm pulled over 10 minutes from the house.
Yeah.
Dude, it goes from, 50 miles per hour to 55 down to 35 or something like that in like the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Bro,
And there's
the
cop waiting
worst
right there.
spot.
So I'm going 55. It's pitch black out there.
Yeah.
This cop knew. He's looking for people
Yeah,
like
it's just
me.
a setup.
Yeah.
I come through, boop, puts the lights on me. Dude was an asshole, too. I got, what was it, a $300 and something ticket for that
Dude,
shit.
worst place to get pulled over. So
Yeah.
they pull over cops in that area. Like, that is the one area you don't speed at.
Yeah, the cop came up to me and he's looking, puts his flashlight. He's like, you been drinking? I'm like, dude, you got the wrong guy. I don't
Yeah.
drink, dude.
Yeah.
Once. I had it once. I drank once. Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, man, we live in the middle of nowhere, 6 acres, all woods. It's a cool little neighborhood. Like, we do have a neighborhood, but everybody's got 6 acres. So a little bit of best of both worlds. You still kind of get the neighborhood, some kids, and, you know, you're still seeing people every day, but you have your privacy.
Yeah.
So
You can shoot. You can rock. You got 4-wheelers and stuff.
yeah, I got a side by side.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, had 4-wheeler, got rid of that. Wanting another one though. Thinking about getting rid of. You know, I'm kind of like Chris, always going through stuff, man. You have something, you get tired of it and want to switch it up. So
Did you fix the side by side?
Bro, I which time? I've ripped the wheel off 3 times.
That's
I saw the
TikTok,
video.
yeah.
Yes, I did see the video where you had like a
We had a jack
Oh
on
my
yeah, like
God.
a dolly. You had
I
like
had
a
all kinds
dolly,
of shit
like
over there.
holding it,
Yeah, we was
getting it together.
2x4s, plywood, dolly, straps, rope.
So that happened in his driveway. The whole wheel came off, right?
Yeah.
We fixed it and we went riding again and whatnot. And then a little bit later happened to him in the back of his yard. There's a big hill and it happened at the bottom of the hill. So
In
now
the
he had-
water.
in the water.
In
so
the
then,
river.
So then he had to carry
no.
all the tools and the
Yeah.
jacks and all that shit down there.
I have a winch on it.
Oh,
hooked
so the whole
winch.
4x4 was in the water.
yeah, the whole side by
my
side.
River.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
River. I mean,
Yeah.
water was above the tire on one side. It's crazy.
You're just like, oh, it can't get any worse.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So right, exactly. That's what you
Yeah.
think. Hook the winch up to a tree. Yeah. What the fuck
It
was
snapped
that?
the winch.
Broke it right in half. Snapped the fucking wire. That bitch was buried in the fucking
Yeah.
river, dude. Sucked. It was right at Christmas time, so literally Christmas Eve, I'm down there for like 8 hours trying to get this thing out of the water.
That's how it is.
Sucked.
My buddy Raya had this dirt bike, and a friend of ours, Joey, was always over there. He's like, Joey, I'm gonna ride your dirt bike, and he like pulled a wheelie, and he went in the wheelie, and then he fell off the back, and its tail skidding all the way down.
Oh, yeah.
And it just drops into a ditch, and before it even hits into the bottom, the dude's like, "Hey, Justin, there goes your bike." Like, and he swears that he didn't do it to this day, but that dirt bike was towed. I mean, thrashed.
Yeah, bro, I'm terrible at brakes. So, like, right now, my tiller broke, my side-by-side's broke, my dirt bike's broke, everything's broke. I'm looking around like anything that runs off gas is fucking
Yeah.
broke at this point.
They don't build like they used to. Nothing
Nah.
lasts.
Nope.
Not at all, but
Now everything's electric.
yeah.
Everything.
Yep. The one thing that's
And
not
Anna
broke is
County's
my
trying to
electric
make
car.
it to where I think businesses or something. I seen something the other day like have to use electric mowers or some shit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I skimmed through it. I could be
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
It looked something like
Yeah.
that. Well, some counties are already like that. You can't use any gas powered tools businesses.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
In public.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why they got the riding mowers that are electric and all. Now that just seems like a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
All my stuff is electric except for my lawnmower. My lawnmower is gas powered.
Yeah,
but
some things
I
make
just don't feel
sense.
like I can. I wouldn't. I would feel like less of a man. I don't. And it doesn't. I know that means nothing,
Look,
but it's just like you're like cutting your grass and you can like hear your neighbor slapping his wife still.
I mean,
There's just some noises I don't want to hear.
the battery in it looks a lot better than the guy with the extension cord behind his mower. That guy, that guy sucks.
Yeah, that's just terrible.
I'm just waiting for Elon Musk to create the next
Make a
lawnmower.
Tesla mower.
They'll just cut cut the grass itself. That'll be affordable.
Oh, they already have it,
Yeah,
dude.
but it's just unaffordable for most of us. But we'll eventually get it.
No,
all.
they have one. I seen it at Sam's Club or Costco, one of them, or BJ's, one of them.
Yeah.
But they have one already that like cut your grass. It was like $600.
That's
like,
crazy.
That's not bad.
That's not a bad investment.
That's
That's
not
nuts.
bad.
It's not a bad investment.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So I did just get like, what's it called? A Cobalt leaf blower.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a weed eater. And it's electric. So I really just wanted the leaf blower because I get up on my roof having to blow like leaves and shit out the gutters.
Yeah.
So I was like, that'd be nice rather than starting one up. And like sometimes I get up with my backpack blower and that shit's like, I'm about to fall off the fucking roof and shit. So it came with it. It was a good deal. And I had a badass weed eater, the gas powered weed eater. And I was like, you know what? Let me try this thing out to see how it is. I was planning on selling it, but I liked it better than the gas-powered one, to be honest with you. So I sold the gas-powered weed eater. Shit was like 9 years old. I sold it for more than what I got the electric weed eater for. I'm like, can't fucking go wrong with that.
Yeah. Was it a combo? That was like the
Yeah, combo.
They always combo it together. It's not a bad deal. They like now they have like DeWalt tools where it's like you can get the saw, the radio, the fan. It all takes that one battery. So if you have 2-3 of those batteries, you could run a whole job site in a day.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It's crazy.
You could.
Yeah.
It's nuts. But
Shit, they got so many different, like Milwaukee, they got everything now, dude. You see the new light they came out with? It's like literally like a light you'd use at like a concert in the field. It pops up on a tripod and all goes all the way up and it dispersed every different way, but it's like $1,500 or something.
They all have them. They're for like job sites and stuff. And it's,
No,
they
this
all
one's
compete.
like this isn't just a regular one. This is one that goes way. It's like a
like
legit
football, like you could set it up for, like,
it's
an event.
badass. It's badass.
nice.
That's cool.
I don't think I could justify $1,500. It
Nah.
might even be more than that, but that shit was expensive.
Destiny bought me the Milwaukee fan. That shit's already broke.
Yeah,
Had a couple months. A little disappointed in that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably could have got you one of the Walmart brand. What is it? Heart.
God.
Probably would have
Yeah.
lasted a little bit longer.
Remember,
Yeah.
didn't Walmart used to be Cobalt?
No, that's always, maybe because Lowe's and Walmart, they're tied into each other.
think
ain't
so.
they?
Are they?
I think they
I
are.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
They're always
or
next
am I
to
thinking
each
of
other.
Sam's Club?
Sam's
and
Club.
Walmart?
Sam's Club and
Sam's
Walmart
Club and
are.
Walmart.
I feel like Lowe's is though. It's the same colors, kind
Maybe.
of, sort of.
We need to fact check.
Yeah, fact
we need
checker.
to check that out.
Yeah.
After the episode, tune in for the answer.
Right,
Yeah.
right. When it does the questionnaires at the end on
Yeah.
Spotify, I could do that.
There's going to be no answers.
None.
Not at
Definitely
all.
not.
No,
I don't even
but
know what the fuck
I
you're
do a
talking
lot of
about.
work for the grocery store chains. And so I do all the Costco, the Sam's Club, Walmart's, Giant.
Yeah.
So I'm in those stores a lot. But they all change providers and companies. Like Craftsman, remember it was Sears?
Sears.
Yeah.
It kept Sears alive for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's at Lowe's. It's crazy. Like
because
Cobalt and
Kmart's
Craftsman.
gone. Kmart,
Dude,
Sears,
Kmart was
gone.
the shit too.
It was. Yeah.
I worked at
Kmart, they used to have the blue light special. Remember the little commercials back in the day with the little blue light
Yep.
ball and shit?
They used to have like cafes and like
Dude, they used to have little Caesars in
Yeah.
them. What?
Yeah.
What?
All kinds of shit.
that was the first time I had Little Caesars as a kid. There was no, they didn't have like
No.
I don't remember them being like a restaurant.
Dude, Walmart fucked everything up.
Yeah. Well, even Walmart's used to be a lot. Remember the Walmart? They had like you can get your hair cut. It had a
Yeah, yeah.
McDonald's.
They
Well,
had
no.
they had like the spas.
The spas in
Yeah.
them, the nail salons, everything.
They had a whole arcade.
Yeah.
My mom never let me go to the arcade. She's
Ours used to have a McDonald's in it.
like,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. They all like McDonald's or Subway. A lot of them still have something in them.
Right.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
get like a bank or a hair
Like
place.
Yeah.
now you see like Annie Ann's and shit.
Ordnance Road one has it's like
Ann's,
touch.
right?
No, it's like it has an Annie
Oh,
Ann's.
it's got that
Oh,
pizza
really?
place.
Yeah, it's called Eddie's now, but it was like Slice of Italy forever. It's
It-
good. It's good.
Yeah,
Like,
they're good.
we many a times me and Heather had $150 in our pocket 10 years ago.
Right.
We would go up there and get like $100 worth of groceries, which was a lot of groceries. I remember filling a cart for $100, and we'd have like $20.
No
and
shit.
We'd get a pizza, we'd get some subs, take it home, eat it all weekend. Like,
Yeah.
there's no good value anymore.
No. Shit, the
at
last
all.
time I ate there, it's been a minute since I ate there.
I went
But-
back recently. It was still good.
So back in the day, when I used to work at this company called OT Ninehoff, this boy worked there, and he worked there for a little bit, right? We was on night shift, and Wes, and the boy that worked there. Well, we all go out to the Walmart like lunchtime. Well, it's like dinner because we're on night shift, but we go to get dinner, right? So we go there. We're in our OTN shirts. We're in Tyvek. So you know what Tyvek is? So
No.
like one of the white suits. So when you're painting and
coverall,
shit,
you had it tied up around
so
your
we
waist.
so we take it down,
Yeah.
and we have just the pants part and we're tied around our waist. So we look crazy going in there, right? But our shirts say OTN on the back, right? So me and Wes were like, all right, let's go get some pizza, at the spot. So we're waiting there, and Mike comes in with us, and he's like, I'm gonna go check out some boots. And we're like, all right, cool. So we're going, right? And then we can't find him, so we end up just leaving. We get back to freaking the shop, and he's sitting there, and he's got brand new boots on. We're like, oh, you bought some boots? He's like, yeah. And Wes goes, where's your fucking old boots? And he's like, I put them in the box, and I walked out with these ones. And we're like,
I knew it.
We're like, are you fucking retarded? You're wearing a shirt that says OT Ninehoff on the back
Yeah.
with the phone number on the back.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, are you stupid,
Way
dude?
to go.
Like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, now
So-
you're on a watch list at Walmart.
Oh my god, dude! And so we had to lay low from there for a minute, right? But not even a month later, freaking, I'm on the forklift filling it up, getting gas, and he's coming in, right? So I came in a little bit before him, and he's walking, and I'm like, hey, dude, they want to see you in the office, and he's like, fuck, for what? And I was like, you know what? Turns out, when me and Wes, so I was in, the sandblasting at the time, and Wes was, will be painting, and, sometimes he'd kind of be in between if he's not in a blaster or whatever. Well, they caught him on camera filling up diesel cans at our gas pumps, walking around to his car on camera, filling them up, leaving a gas trail all the way to it, and he was doing it for a good minute because there was like 50 gallons of fuel came unaccounted for at the end of the month when they came to, check it. And they come to me and I'm like, no, here's the slips. And I give them all the slips and everything. So then they start looking into it. And then
His
the
numbers
guy,
didn't match.
so no, it was like later on in the night or something happened. But the neighbor that rented from us called us and said, hey, I just want to let you know, one of your workers is outside filling his car up with one of y'all's cans. So that's like how they figured out like what was going on, and they fired his ass. But I was like, what? And he's like, shit. He used to drink Monster, like the energy drinks, like nothing, bro. And he's like, you want these? I was like, shit, I got a free energy drink out of it.
You dude lost
fired.
a job, but you got an energy
Yeah,
drink.
but you got an energy drink.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he's an idiot, dude.
You get caught stealing there. You caught him stealing from Walmart. Like,
Right. Yeah, it's somebody.
He has a record of stealing.
Yeah.
I was a little thief as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Shit.
it's funny because the guy Ernie that used to work with us, Ernie, funny, old school dude, right? He looked like Debo. I used to always call him Debo. Looked just like Debo. And Ernie, when he found out he got fired, he's like, I told you that motherfucker was the devil. Because he had red hair and red freckles.
It was the guy that was stealing?
Yeah. That's the guy who was stealing red hair and all. He's like, told you that motherfucker was the devil.
He knew. Knew he was up to no good.
He
Bro, I
knew.
bet you that's exactly how the guys sound too. Chris does the best
Great
fucking
impressions.
impressions.
So how was he as an older brother?
Oh man, well, up and down for sure.
Okay.
Nah, me and Chris was always a little tighter. So we had two other brothers, Jeremy and CJ. CJ passed away, but they were closer in age. Me and Chris was a little closer in age. So when they would come up, Jeremy and CJ go do their thing. Me and Chris do our thing. I remember like saving up pennies, change, and shit. So when he'd come up, we'd go up to Popeyes. Bro, Popeyes was our shit. It was affordable back then, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The cheesecake.
Oh, dude, that Mardi Gras cheesecake's what I would do for one.
Oh my gosh,
Bro.
They always
so
have great
good.
special pies all the time. Like
Dude, they used to
Yeah.
have the Mardi Gras cheesecake.
I know. They have the lemon blueberry pies and stuff now.
It doesn't compare.
It doesn't.
They're pretty good.
It doesn't compare.
It doesn't.
The Mardi Gras cheesecake, if they came back out, oh my god, bro. I talk about them all the time. I ain't gonna lie, their cinnamon apple pies, them bitches
Yeah.
slap.
I ain't
Apple
tried.
pies are always top.
It's hard to
Like,
mess up
yeah.
an apple pie.
They hated us in there though.
They did.
We
were
got
little
paid with
assholes.
change and shit.
You probably come like
Straight
7
change.
deep, like your kids were.
Oh, dude, we would come with friends. Be
Dude.
me, you, Zach Taylor,
Yeah.
you know, David Fry. All
Do you
kinds of-
remember when we went in and paid? We had actual money this time, like cash. We went in and we took like pliers or tweezers and we handed the lady the money.
Oh my
You remember
god,
that
I
shit?
remember that.
Bro, they were like,
Yes.
we're not taking
So
that.
we was trying to be
Like you were
funny.
afraid, like,
Yeah,
don't,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you didn't want to
We
touch
pulled
it.
it out. We're like,
Straight up
we're like,
joke.
here you go. You take it. The lady, the guy, he's like, I'm not taking that.
Yeah, I'm not taking that.
I'm not taking that.
That's not
Dude,
fine.
I was like, you gotta
You
take
gotta
it. I was
take
like,
it.
it's against the law not to take
Bro,
my
he
money.
did.
How old
No
were you
joke.
guys?
Young
We
as
were young
fuck.
as shit.
Bro, we were driving through the
we used to do
drive-through
some
on bikes
crazy
and shit.
Dude, do you remember the time? So when the library used to be there, the old library, we go in there. We'd always do stupid
We were
shit,
always
right?
at the library.
Always at the library.
Never read a fucking
Never
book.
read a fucking book.
I'll tell you my library story. I've only been to that library one time, and I'll tell you after.
Oh man, we got
Continue.
plenty. We
Yeah.
got plenty. But look, so Aaron's sitting there, right? And we used to go in there just mess around with people and shit, right? And there's this big fat girl. She's sitting. You remember? You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe. I
She's
have a
sitting
story,
down,
not
right?
sure if it's
She's
it.
sitting down on the computer, and this one you had to check it on. Her thong was sticking out. So I said, Aaron.
Whale tail.
I said, go up to her. And Aaron goes up to her. Excuse me. And you know, library's quiet.
Yeah.
But Aaron, and he used his outside voice. Excuse me, miss. Your thong is sticking out.
Dude.
The lady got so
Yeah, I bet she
embarrassed.
did. I'm sure she was like, thanks for letting me know. Thanks,
Dude,
sir.
is my face getting red? Like, I'm embarrassed for myself right now. I would
We
do,
were young. We did dumb
Oh,
stuff.
Lord.
They would, anything they tell me to do, I fucking did it. Like, didn't matter what.
I was
fucking
hanging.
do it.
I was hanging out with a group of friends who got a phone call about looking to pick up something, and we thought we were just driving to meet somebody to get something, and then we were all going to go get some food from Double T Diner. Drive there, dudes get out of the car. Guy comes up to the car, gives them money. Couple of the friends jump out, beat the crap out of this guy. We had no idea this was happening. We drive away. The guy that I'm with runs over the guy's leg.
Jesus.
We get out of there. Dude's fine, but it turns out he was like a friend of their friends. They gave the money back because when we got to Double T, they like divvied it out. Like
Right.
I was like, I don't know if I want this. Is like blood money.
But you still took it.
I did take it.
Yeah.
I was 16. I was like 16, 17,
Into
but
the money.
I took it. But when they called and said like, "Hey, we got to give it back," I gave it back. No problem. But
Man, so we're telling stories about like thongs and shit. You're talking about attempted murder.
no, I was in the front seat. I was in front
Allegedly.
driver. So
Allegedly.
we pulled up like side by side, and I was in the van of the left one. I was just like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah.
Yeah, it escalated very quickly.
Yeah, we got a good friend. We call him Keebler. That's got a good story about being in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went to jail.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. With the show. Yeah.
Shout out to Keebler.
He was on my podcast. He talks about that in an
Yeah.
episode, actually.
Yeah.
Yep. Y'all tune into the Camp Pineapples episode if you want to hear that
How
story.
long? How many episodes do you have before me?
Man, we didn't do too many, honestly.
Like 10?
Probably 7, maybe?
7?
I don't know. Because we stopped, when we started doing the basement remodel, we stopped, and then we did the backyard remodel, and we had everything inside of here so they could work. So it was like completely just packed with shit. And then I needed a good co-host.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know. I think
Dude,
we're doing well. I think we do well.
I think it's gonna go good.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna go good for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You ever
For
going to
sure.
come back to Maryland, or are you done? You're never coming
Nah,
back?
so we've talked about it. So me and Chris was going to start up a business together, and that was the like one only time that I really thought about it. But I backed out of it because I didn't want to move back up here. I like Virginia. I like where I'm at. My wife wants to kind of get out of there. She grew up in Franklin County. It's like, dude, if you grow up in the country, you want to move out. But like me, I know what it's like outside of the country, so I love it. Like I never want to leave for sure. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that was the only time I really considered moving up here. But I guess we had Bentley at the time, so he was the little one, maybe like 6 months old. And I was just like, man, I really don't want to. I know what it's like growing up here. It's not bad, but, you know, just
Me
making
and Chris
that
got
choice.
our kids.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
It's not bad
I
at all.
graduated Northeast.
Did
so,
you?
Yeah.
So I finished 7th grade here during the summer, moved there, started 8th grade in the country, which was like culture shock to me, dude.
How old are you?
28. No, 29.
29. You guys lived
Pull that mic a little closer to you.
Better.
Yeah, there you go. All right, cool.
We were. Do you have a lot of people? Do you know here in Greenhaven?
So I spent most of my time here in Greenhaven. Like my best buddy lived on 213th Street down here at the wharf. Like this
Do you know
was
the Taylors? Is when you said the Taylor earlier?
Zach
so
Taylor.
Is he related to like Mike Taylor and
I don't know.
all them the other Taylor boys? The Joey. It's the twins, Joey and Josh.
from 213th Street.
At the end of the 213th Street.
No, they weren't at the end.
You're
No.
talking about the twins that they
Next door to Stevie.
Yeah,
They might be
they
different.
used to have the train on the top of the thing. They lived across the street from the house in Greenhaven with the big community in-ground pool.
No, I don't. No, it wasn't them.
Oh.
They live closer to the wharf. They live back off the back. Actually, not too far from around here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, dude, it's crazy, like, how many people that I've forgotten. So, when I was down here last, me and Caitlin was going through, like, yearbooks and shit. Because, who was the girl? A girl passed away I went to school with. And I was like, man, that name sounds so familiar. And I looked at the yearbook, and I was like, oh, my gosh, we used to hang out. Like, completely forgot about her. But, so, it's just, like, you know, like, when my parents split up and I moved down there, it was, like, culture shock. So, it was kind of a rough time. And I guess, like, a lot of it I just kind of, like, blocked out a little bit.
You start fresh when you move. You know?
Yeah, exactly. But lost touch with a lot of people. A couple friends that, you know, I was pretty close with, stayed up with them for a little bit. But, nah, man, don't really talk to much people up here anymore.
Yeah, you get your own life where you live. You end up graduating down there and, you know, you just try to explain to people, like, hey, I lived a different life. That's how it was with me. So I lived in southern Maryland, like southern Anne Arundel County, and I lived in, like, a trailer park in the woods. And it was very rural, you know, no cops around. It would take 20 minutes to get to school on a school bus. I liked it, but I hated it. Like,
Right.
if you wanted to go to Walmart, it was 15, 20 minutes down the road.
That's what I can't do.
It's not, like, I love the convenience of if I want to go to McDonald's, I can literally go across the street.
So nice.
Yeah, and you have multiple to pick from.
Yeah.
So, school bus ride was almost an hour for me.
Yeah.
Right? Dude, sucked.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Absolutely
So you're telling me I got to go to school and then I got another
You're wasting
2
2
hours,
hours
a
of your
day.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 hours a day just getting in there and back.
That
Forget
part
that.
sucks for sure. Like going to hang out with friends, it's tough, it's difficult because you have to have a ride. So like when I lived here, bro, we rode bikes, scooters, skateboards everywhere. So
Everywhere.
I asked Caitlin how many times I'd missed the fucking bus. You'd see me come skateboarding down, what's that road at the end of Dad's Road? You'd see me come skateboarding down, chasing after the bus, like, stop, wait. And sometimes they'd stop. 9 times out of 10, they keep fucking going.
Kate
So-
always talks about how he used to
Dude,
always miss the bus.
Always.
So
always.
you've known Caitlin since you were little kids too.
Yeah.
So Caitlin's old best friend lived next door to my dad.
So attached, like a
Yeah.
duplex, we were attached.
That's how we met.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's small world life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So like me and Melissa was real tight. Caitlin and Melissa was real tight. So that's how they met. And then I mean, there's just history from there, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, always real tight. Me and Caitlin, Melissa, we used to walk to the bus together if I wasn't running late. But
Yeah, luckily when I moved up here, I lived off Vina, so I just walked right to the school. I didn't have to go far.
Right.
you lived off Vina Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Do you? You know?
So you know
you're
we
younger.
lived on Vina Lane. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah. So my dad lives on Vina Lane. That's where I grew up.
Yeah.
Which side?
The northeast side.
Okay, so I was the opposite, all the way on the end of Duval,
Okay.
in the circle down there.
Yeah.
At the very so
So go down Duval, take a right.
if you go down Duval, make a right. Yeah, make a right, go all the way to the end of the circle.
Gotcha.
And my mom still lives there now.
Nice.
Actually, you can see that it's that house with the barn,
Yeah.
with the backyard with the brick wall.
Yep.
That's her boyfriend's house, and my mom lives there.
Nice. I used to
shit.
play football sometimes at a little field.
Right next to it.
Yeah.
Yep. We would play it too.
Nice. There, and then the other one on the other side. Man, what's that road called? Is that King's
Bench.
King's Bench?
Yeah,
The field
I know
back
you're
there,
talking
King's
about.
Bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all hear the rain?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Bro, these mics pick up everything.
Everything. Bro.
I hear like when I pick my arm up off the couch, I hear that.
I
shit.
did too. So I was like, I just had my hand sitting on it, and I was like,
Yeah.
Can't do that.
it's not too bad though.
Nah,
I don't
it's
think
not.
it wants to pick it up. Hey guys, just enjoy the soothing sounds.
Yeah.
of the rain.
We'll do the
It's an MSR.
what's it? ASMR.
ASMR,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Listen to the rain. The rain sounds so good. Raindrops.
Do you hear my dry ass mouth?
Wow. I need a drink.
I did need a drink too.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy people make money like doing that shit.
I know.
Dude, I seen this one, the lady puts like a glove over her microphone. She's putting shaving cream on. She's like, do you like the shaving cream sound? It sounds so good. I'm going to add some gummy bears to it.
Shit's so stupid. It's nuts.
There's people that just try sandwiches when new sandwiches come out. Mm-hmm. Anything is a possibility. You just have to find the people to watch it.
Dude, it is.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
I've got a couple ideas. I just got to get them rolling.
Yeah.
But it's like, you got to think of shit. Ain't nobody doing that. People be like, damn, that's interesting. You know?
It doesn't even have to be what someone else isn't doing. You just have to be better than that person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It used to be like
there's no new ideas. Like,
yeah.
Right.
It used to be you had to be like the smartest person with the smartest ideas. That's how you got rich and famous.
Right.
Now it's just like whoever has the worst ideas.
Shit. Dude, if we had some like I think about like when I was a kid all the time, I'm like, dude, if I would have had like a camera just following me, my friends around, and just like we did some stupid, like, because Jackass was big back then, right? So we did the stupidest shit.
I got a good clip on my phone that, like, I just want to get, like, anytime I'm doing something, I'm just going to record.
Right.
There's going to be some, you never know what can go
Dude,
viral.
you know what I was saying would be crazy? Let's say you catch a, man, somebody's gonna take my fucking idea, but fuck it. I'll never do it.
Right.
Let's say you catch, let's say the neighbor over here that the cat keeps pissing on his truck. He catches that cat, puts it in live trap, and straps a GoPro to that bitch and just live streams it and lets the cat wander, dude. People be watching like, what the fuck's that cat gonna do today? You know what I mean?
The Truman Show of cats.
Dude, like, it'd
cat
be
Truman
crazy.
Show.
Crazy. People would watch it.
Oh yeah.
People would watch it.
Especially, like, you found out, like, you got into a fight.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
That cat got into a fight.
Right.
Yeah.
My wife watches way worse shows than that on Bravo. So.
Yeah. I think you need like a wild animal though.
Yeah.
It can't be like a house cat.
A fox. How are you gonna get
gotta be
how are you
something
gonna get the
that's gonna
GoPro
wander.
on the fox?
Like you said, a trap. You tranquil it.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, you're gonna have to give it like hell of those what are those gummies
Yeah,
for
like sleep, melatonin.
gosh.
melatonin?
Give it a bunch of
gummies,
melatonin.
a whole bottle of melatonin.
Tune in some melatonin. Strap it. You're good.
Oh, that'd be
You
crazy.
might want to edit that part out. The animal lover's gonna like cancel you on that one.
No, we're not going to hurt it. We're just going to put it to sleep, and we're going to put a little backpack on it.
Yeah,
with a
that's
GoPro.
it. We're actually we're documenting it. It's for good reasons.
We're going to find out the sleeping pattern of the foxes so that we make sure all of our kids are safe in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yep, that's all you got to do.
Rabies.
Nice.
Rabies exists.
Yeah.
It's a
Dude,
big deal.
did you? I ain't told you this. So I just got bit by a dog recently at work. Did I tell you about this?
No.
Oh my god, Aaron! I'm gonna have to show you all the pictures later. But look, so I go to this customer's house, right? And I'm good with dogs. Never had an issue with dogs. I got a dog. I don't mind dogs. The lady and the husband were like, "You don't mind dogs, right?" I was like, "No." I said, and I always say the same thing: as long as he don't bite me, ha ha ha. Right?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's fine. He might come up to you and sniff you, and he might try to jump up on you, but he's friendly. He won't hurt a fly. All right, yeah, it's fine. We're outside. They let this fucking dog out. That motherfucker act like we had some serious beef from back in the day. He charged right at me, bro. He jumps. He takes a chunk out of. He bites me in my stomach. Rips through two shirts. I always wear a tank top and my polo. Rips through them, and then I'm like, oh shit! So like, I kind of run to the side, and then he comes back, takes another chomp at me, bites through my freaking, rips my shorts, my boxers, like on the side. I'm bleeding all, and then lady goes, I'm sorry about that. I think he's done though. He should be done.
I think he's done.
Bruh,
What's the alternative?
She literally said that her and her husband, they act like it was no big deal.
Yeah, like-
So I got my measuring wheel and I'm like walking in a circle. The dog was circling me like a fucking pack of wolves, like he's circling me. I'm like, dude, is he gonna bite me again?
They
Like,
didn't take the dog
no,
away?
they didn't take him
You
in.
didn't request for the dog to be taken away.
So like, I'm like, I'm thinking like, okay, they're gonna do it. Like at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, like I'm at work, like I don't want to be a super dick or not. But then it was like, okay, can you guys put the dog up? Like I can't measure this pool. Like I'm worried I'm gonna get attacked by freaking Mufasa back here.
You got fucking Cujo coming at me.
Dude, he bit the shit out of me, and I didn't realize like how bad it was. Like I got in my car and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I pulled my shirt up, and dude, I'm bleeding. Like it looks like I got bit by a shark on the side here, and down here, like I'm bleeding. Like it was bad. Kate was pissed. She was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "You act like you got bit by the fucking dog."
Yeah.
So
That's crazy,
dude.
Yeah.
And they didn't even buy a fucking pool.
I'd have been like, if you don't buy a pool, I'm gonna need your homeowner's insurance.
Yep, I'm gonna have to talk to my lawyer. Right?
Which is it still bad?
No, I mean you can still see, you know, little but not
let's
terrible.
get that joint infected,
dude. so the guy's like, you know, he's like, oh, he's good or whatever. So like, you know, I text him. I'm like, hey, is the dog like up to date on shots? He's like, yeah. So I was like, all right, you know, and then
send me copies, please.
So I'm a guy, dude, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. And then I get home and I'm talking. Kate's like, you do know rabies can kill you, this and this and that. I'm like, no. Again, I start Googling. I'm like, oh, fuck.
It could, but like you would know you had. It's not like you'd be like, oh, Chris caught the rabies.
Right.
He's dead.
So I Googled it and then I text him like, hey, dude, not trying to be that guy, but I'm gonna need you to send me the copies of his shot records. Luckily, the dog was up to date, but it was like, oh man, you should have bought a pool. I took 2 for the
100%.
team.
Yeah.
The fact that you didn't put him away right after he bit you,
dude. Right.
That's what's crazy about the story.
It's nuts, right? And if I wanted to, like, I was really cool about it because I was at work, right? I'm like, I represent this company, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep my cool. If it would have been anything else, I'm sorry, but that dog would have been. It would have been his last day. It would have been done.
What would they have done if you were just like elbow drop the dog?
Right. I mean, well, a dog's attacking you and keeps attacking you. You know, what if I would have been carrying and popped the dog? You know what I mean? Then I'd be the bad guy, right? But you know, he was attacking me, right? Like, dude. So I definitely kept my cool about it. You know, I told Sean about it. Sean's the owner. He's like, what? He's like, that's crazy. He said, did they buy a pool? I was like, no. He's like, what? I was like, I know.
Kind of obligated to at that point,
right?
They should have paid a little bit more for the pool as well.
And then they
pain and suffering.
And then they didn't even answer any of the follow up calls or texts or nothing. They was just like, Zoop.
That's because they were like, he's going to sue us.
Yeah.
As soon as you asked for that, you might not have sold the pool because you asked for the rabies papers.
Yeah, whatever.
You should have just sent a contract and been like, let's make it happen.
Right. Hey, you got 2 options: sign the dotted line, or you'll be signing a different dotted line. Nah, they're lucky. I'm a cool dude. For real, they are.
That's crazy.
They're super lucky.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been bitten by a dog.
Dude, me either. And I'm dead serious. Like, I could really have a case because I'm scared of dogs now. Now, every time I go to somebody's house, like, you don't mind dogs? I'm like, yes, can you just keep the dog? And I tell them, like, look, no offense, but I just got bit by a dog a little bit ago. And this is what, you know, and they're like, oh, and they all say the same thing. They didn't put the dog inside? I'm like, no. And they're like, that's crazy. I'm like, tell me about it. Like, what? And the guy was a firefighter, too.
Were they older or were they like...
No, they were our age. Well,
yeah, they were probably just terrified. They were like... They cut zero communication.
Yeah. I'm about to hit him up and be like, hey, you know, my leg hasn't been moving the same.
She'd be like, they had to take my leg from my waist down.
Yeah.
I'm scared of dogs now. I really am, though. I'm not kidding.
That kind of sucks.
I went to Caleb's house the other day, and then they were talking about putting the dogs out, and I was like, man, I don't know, man.
But you know those dogs, right?
Yeah, I was just fucking.
My dog would be fine, too.
Yeah.
Mine's just a black lab.
That's what the last one said.
Yeah, exactly.
My dog's never bit anybody.
Oh, he won't hurt a fly. That motherfucker hurt me.
Got you twice.
Bad, too, dude. Bad. That was a first for me. Only other embarrassing time I had on the estimate... this was when I was working for Maryland Decking, selling decks, and I'm measuring this lady. We got back, right, and she lived right on the water, and we're sitting there talking, and you know, if I had a step that was 4 foot high, like I'm going from regular steps and we're talking, the next step it drops down. I'm not kidding you, it's like a 2 foot step, and then I'm talking to her and making eye contact, going down the steps. And that step came quick. Dude, I fell. I rolled my ankle and shit. They said, oh, yeah, watch your step. I was like, bitch.
It's a little late for that.
You couldn't tell me like 2 steps ago. You tell me now.
As I'm watching you in your eye.
Dude, I was fucked up. My ankles, and I'm trying to, keep my cool and shit. Still
they didn't buy a pool either, did they?
Nope, they didn't buy a deck. Oh,
it was decking.
Yeah,
decking
they didn't buy one. I was like, God damn it.
Dude, that always sucks when you hurt yourself and you gotta hide it. So
oh my God, yeah.
It's
embarrassing.
Yeah, so I was coaching soccer and I sprained my ankle. Dude, I'm walking. I'm like trying not to show it. I'm like having to walk around, run up and down the field and shit. As soon as I got home, I couldn't walk. I was like, how in the fuck was I still
adrenaline?
Yeah, adrenaline.
That shit sucked.
That's crazy.
Yeah, luckily I don't. With my job is like controlled. I'm not worried about I don't have to sell anything. I just do service.
So I've seen some.
So I run the service contract for like Giant Food, like grocery store equipment. So I work on like the wheelchairs, the belts, the meat slicers, like in the deli.
It deals with meat all day.
Yeah, it's just handling meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It needs help being carried.
Big meat.
A lot of meat.
Light meat, dark meat.
Yeah.
All of
it. Honestly, it's just the characters. Like when you go into some of the cities and stuff, like some of the city stores you go in and just the people like characters like Madawin Mall up there.
Oh god!
Every time I go in there, just like there's people. There was a guy selling a Pomeranian puppy in a cart. He's like, "You need a dog?" I'm like, "No." There's a guy that every time he has cigarettes. They catch someone stealing every single time I'm in there.
Jeez.
Guy walked out with, the last time I was there, I was walking in, and the guy walked out with 2 boxes of Pampers. And he literally was, as he got out the door, he was talking shit about their security. He's like, their security ain't going to do shit.
Oh, man.
Like, just walking out, I was like, okay. And the guy was like, and the guy, when I walked in, was like, what'd he say? I was like, he said, you just watched him walk.
He said, you ain't going to do shit.
Yeah, he said he just walked by, and he's like, oh, I was in the bathroom. I was like,
yeah.
You better tell your boss that.
Me and Kate one time, we're coming out of Walmart, Ordnance Road, right? And this guy comes out with 2 75-inch teeth, like in the cart, right, stacked on top of each other, and you see like a sound bar and all in there. And security's just watching him. He's like, they ain't going to say anything. They ain't going to do shit. And they're just watching him, shaking in their head. And I'm like, dude, what? And
they're not allowed.
He loaded everything up. Took his time loading shit up too, like it was nothing. And I'm like, dude, if I stole a fucking Kit Kat, they'd be tackling me, and I'd be on Anne Arundel County breaking news. You know, I'd be like, this guy stole a Kit Kat. Look out for him. Wanted. Right.
They did stop that. Remember when they would have people on there all the time?
Yeah.
What would happen to that?
It probably, I don't know.
It was like the Anne Arundel County Police Department would like. It was like Wanted Wednesday.
Right. It was posting the shit out.
I had Wild Woman Wednesday. Anne Arundel County had.
What is it?
It was Wanted Wednesday. Remember, it was like your Woman Wednesday too. I had my wife, and then I got to look at the Anne Arundel County's Most Wanted. It was the best.
That's nuts.
That's awesome. Crazy. Some people get away with anything, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never got away. I always got caught.
No, that's me too.
Yeah.
Like growing up, I was that friend that was always the. It's funny because everybody always thought I was the fucking bad one. Like, all the parents thought it was me, and I was the fucking good one. Like, I was the one that, I didn't smoke. I didn't even cuss, honestly. I didn't cuss until I moved up here to Maryland. Like, no bullshit. And now I cuss a lot, but I didn't cuss because my mom would slap the shit out of me. Yeah. Like, I had that one time that I cussed in front of my mom. Did I tell you that story?
Yeah, that was when we were just
we were just bullshitting. Yep. So I'm going to tell it again. So one time we was home from school, and my mom's usually at work. Well, she was at the kitchen table working on her computer, so we didn't realize she was there. And I told my boy Jesse, I said, hand me the remote. He's like, he didn't listen, so I said, bro, hand me the fucking remote. And I heard the trigger, and I was like, oh shit. My mom got up, she slapped the shit out of me in front of all my friends. Like, they was making fun of me forever after that. Like, y'all get your mom to come slap your ass. Right? So I didn't really start saying cuss words until literally 9th grade. And then and that was still barely, you know what I mean? Like saying them. That came up here and had a little bit of free range.
Dad let you say whatever.
Yeah, kinda. It definitely switched up. I'm still scared to cuss in front of my mom now.
At Wingstop, when we were coming out, there was a lady, and she was she had an SUV, and her hatch was open, and she had a back scratcher, and she was literally smacking her kid with it.
No shit.
She was like, move your hands. And she was tagging her. She was like, and then I was like, Heather got in the car. I was like, was she beating that little girl? She was like, I think she was yelling something. And then I rolled the window down to here. I'll pop you again right in your mouth. Oh my God, I better get out of here.
Yeah.
About to witness a domestic child abuse.
My mom, but you know what?
It's not,
kids need that shit, for real.
I just didn't want to be they're like, oh, you let it happen?
Right.
I was gone. Exactly. I wasn't anywhere near.
So when we was growing up, we had it was me and Jeremy, my brother Eddie, my sister Tasha, and then sometimes my Aunt Shane, we'd all be crammed up in the back of a Saturn, right? My mom drive. And then we'd be being loud back there. My mom would go to pinch, shut, cut it out. And she'd go to pinch one of us. We'd be moving the other people's leg in the way. And she'd be pinching the shit out of him. She'd pinch the shit out of you while she was driving. Reach back there. She had a hell of a pinch on her.
If you think about it, really, parents did not care about kids back in the day. We used to ride
in the back
seats.
Of a pickup truck. We used to ride the back of a pickup truck to church all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
Like 8 deep. All the friends in the neighborhood. My mom had a little S10 with a cap on it. I fell out the back of that bitch one time. So, dead serious, we was leaving for church, right? We was going to pick up our other friend, to hop in the back of the truck. So we're driving, and we had the tailgate down, and we're dragging our feet and shit. And I drug my feet a little too hard, and I came out, and I rolled down. I was all fucked up.
You get your face
yeah, dude. It got me good.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My mom had a little Chevy Chevette, and they had this like little spot in like above the trunk that hatchbacked.
Right.
And the seat went up, so it was like almost you could put stuff back there. And
right.
we used to like lay sideways in it, and we'd be like looking through the little window all the time. And I remember one time we were coming through an intersection and the car broke down, and we were like in the middle of the intersection, we were just like popping our head out.
Oh shit.
My cousin Mike got out of the car and like pushed us, so he's like pushing against the window, and we're just like looking at him. We're like 6, 7 years old. We're just like, what is happening? Just
right.
We have no sense of the world and how dangerous that situation actually
is.
was.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It is. It's nuts.
So Aaron, what's some different things you're doing and you got coming up? Like, I know you got some rental houses and shit like that in the past. Like,
yeah,
tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so rental houses definitely something I want to keep going between flipping, renting houses and stuff. So I was in the car business for a long time, 7 years, which 7 years can be a short time. But in the car business, dude, it's a long time.
So tell us a little bit about the car business, like how it started, how you got to that point, and then, what led you into, where you're at.
Yeah,
today.
cool. So used to paint cars. When I went down to Virginia, I started working on vehicles, enjoyed it, started painting cars like that, thought I'd do it forever. Did it for a couple years, and I was just like, man, this ain't really me. I enjoy it, good hobby, not something I want to do for a living, but like the car business. So car dealership I was working for, I asked him, I said, hey, I'd like to try to sell cars. And the GM, he was just a cocky prick. He was like, you couldn't sell cars. And I was like, whatever. I accepted the answer, to be honest with you. So left that company, was doing this other mobile paint shit, which that's what me and Chris had was talking about starting up.
Yeah.
So I did that for 2 years and just kind of same thing. I was like, I liked it a little bit better, but still not quite me. So got in with some GMs and stuff at some dealerships I was doing some paint work for, and left that company. They asked me to come start selling cars for them. Said, hey, it's a good opportunity, move up quick type things. So, dude, I had to drive an hour to work. Shit sucked, like absolutely sucked. Had a kid, had to move back in with my mom. Like I was making good money, went to selling cars, which didn't pay very good at the time. It was in the middle of nowhere.
Commission, you got work with yourself.
So it was a little scary, getting into it, but stuck it out. As I learned how to sell, it was really just like hustle, man. It's not like I'm not a natural salesman, but like I had the hustle to me of putting in the work. So started making good money selling cars, moved up quick. Got a little promotion a year in. 6 months later, got a finance position. I was there for a year and a half, got a finance position, which opened up so many doors for me. Did finance for like a little over 5 years, 5.5 years or something, and became a sales manager. It was kind of crazy when I quit. I had been thinking about leaving, and I walk in, and the GSM's like, hey, we're about to make some big changes. I was like, oh, fuck. Man, if there's big changes, it's probably something to do with me.
Yeah.
So why was you even thinking about getting out of the business?
So, like, dude, I made really good money. Like, crazy good money. If I told you, you wouldn't even believe me type money, right? Yeah. Again, it opened up a lot of doors for me. But, dude, I worked absolutely crazy hours. Never got to see my family.
Sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
That's an understatement. Like, 90 hours a week wasn't shit. Easily.
It's not me.
Yeah. Dude, I had slept at the dealership so much. I kept a pillow and a blanket in the back of my car because, like, sometimes I'd leave at 1, 2, 3 in the morning and got to be back at 7:30, 8, 8:30, whatever time
Just
it was.
Sleep there so you get a maximum amount of sleep.
Exactly. So
his big brother started getting on his ass about it.
Yeah. Chris was a big part of it. But a little bit of everything. Like, it's crazy when you're doing it, dude. You don't think of it. You're like, it's fine. I'm taking care of my kids. Everything's fine.
Right.
But then after you make the change, you're like, oh, it wasn't fine, man.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
And it wasn't even just like the hours of work, dude. I was flipping houses. We had 2 houses that we remodeled in between that time. And no, 3 actually. And like, dude, I'd go fucking work, and I'd go fucking work, get off at 10 o'clock at night, go work on a house all through the night.
Yeah,
I'd be running on 2-3 hours of sleep. I don't know how I did it.
Hustle.
Yeah, like, dude, to say that I did the shit that I did with no drugs involved doesn't even make sense.
Right.
But
I like a good drug.
Yeah, yeah, I probably would have too. But nah, man, just got burnt out to be honest with you. But I made some real good decisions, man. I didn't spend the money that I made. I did a little bit, started spending. I've never been the spend a lot of money on myself guy, but started to a little bit, just kind of get some like nice things. Bought a nice car, just spent,
Did you invest?
Yeah,
Good.
yep. So
Hey, that's all you got to do.
yeah, for sure, man.
put
Made
some
some
away.
good decisions
Yep.
there. So, I got to a point now where I don't have a lot of bills. My house is pretty close to being paid off, to where I don't have to stress as much. So I took a job making a lot less money, and it's the happiest decision I ever made, man. But I've got an investment account that I can buy houses, flip houses, rent them, type things.
So you still have other assets. You're developing more.
Yeah, he was definitely smart with the decisions
That's
he
smart.
made.
Yeah.
He definitely sacrificed a lot of family time, but it pays. In the end, it's like, hey,
It does, yeah.
You're getting that time now. I mean,
right. The important
you're never
thing
gonna make
is
that up, but
Yeah.
he realized, and
Yeah.
he did what he.
it was never too late. What do they say? It's
Yeah.
never too late.
Yeah.
You know.
And that was like, do I have regrets of it? No. Like, if I wouldn't have made smart decisions financially, absolutely would have regretted every little bit of it.
Right.
But because, so the way I look at it is I sacrificed a part to be able to have a really good part later on, right? So, like, my oldest boy's 8 now. He was 7 when I left the car dealership. It was like, so, those 7 years that I miss a lot, absolutely. That part does suck. But here going forward, they're going to live a pretty good life. I'm able to be there for him. Like, dude, as soon as I quit, he got into soccer. They needed a coach. I was like, I don't know about that, but I was like, fuck it, I'll do it, right? What else am I going to do? Love it, dude. It's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I love coaching. That's how I met Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No
So
shit.
I coached Carson last baseball season.
Dude, I knew you looked familiar.
Yeah, I was his coach.
Oh yeah, you came to the game.
Yeah,
You remember I
you know what's
came on
funny?
the bike?
When I saw you tagged him a picture on the
On the boat.
On the boat.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, maybe I know his brother, but that's probably what it was.
Yeah,
That's from last year.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I've been coaching. I have a son that's going to be 15 on the 30th,
Nice.
and he started baseball like when he was 4,
Right.
t-ball, and I've been coaching nonstop. So like 11 years, 12 years.
So did you play baseball at all?
I did.
You
I
did?
played baseball. So I grew up in Edgewater. So I played baseball and football for Edgewater Blue Devils. Well, it was Blue. No, was it baseball Blue Devils? Yeah, I think it was just Blue Devils. There was no like South River. Now it's all South River. It's all together.
Yeah.
But I played baseball down there. I played football, and then I went to 3 different high schools.
No shit.
So by the time I got up here, I didn't play any sports here at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been coaching now for years. I actually am the 9U Bucks football head coach right now.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
I
I got a great
played
little
for the
squad.
Bucks when I
Yeah.
lived here for 1 year,
Yeah,
6th
yeah.
grade. But
Yeah, it's a good time. I love
yeah,
it up here.
That's what's up.
I've met actually a lot of the families. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
guys. I have a lot of friends with a lot of the families from here.
Nice.
This neighborhood is everybody knows everybody.
Right.
Now it's so cool, man. Like, so my first, and I never played soccer at all. I mean, I've kicked a ball probably 10 times.
Yeah.
Never played. So, like, I really didn't want to do it, but I was like, it'd be kind of cool. They're young. I think, was it 6U or 7U, whatever it was. I was like, whatever, they're young. I can't mess it up too bad. Well, the next season, I had so many parents hitting me up. Hey, are you coaching again? We want to be on your team. And, dude, it meant so much to me.
Absolutely.
Like, screw everything else. Like,
Right.
money, houses, cars. That right there, dude, was the best feeling. I'm not kidding.
reassurance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
reassurance.
was so cool. So, like, when I go to, like, Bentley School for field day or whatever, little kids come up to me, hey, coach, how you doing? Like, that stuff's so cool,
Yeah.
man. But,
Yeah, for sure.
Make a difference in
Absolutely
the
love it.
community. That's all it
Yeah.
takes. I
Right.
mean,
yeah.
Right.
honestly,
So,
everybody should make a difference in their community. Like, everybody should have to volunteer for something in the community, just for like a month or so.
for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So, like, I had managed for a long time at the dealership. So, like, each dealership that I went to, I was managing a lot of people a lot older than me. So when you start coaching, it's like, man, it's kind of the same ordeal, but these are
Right.
kids. It's honestly a little bit easier.
100%. Yeah, you're just managing. Honestly, what it is you get, like, I have 18, 19 kids on my football team.
But, yeah.
You're just managing 15
You
different.
head coach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
I got a little squad, yeah. So I just took over this year. I got a couple guys in. I got a parent and a guy that lives in my neighborhood.
Did y'all start already?
Yeah, we've been doing conditioning on
age
Tuesdays
is it?
at 9U.
9U?
Yeah, we just started doing conditioning the last few weeks. We have one more week of conditioning this upcoming week, and then practices start the week after.
Nice.
And that's 4 days a week. So
Jesus.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
Chase is going to play.
is he?
Yeah, I'm excited.
What age group is he?
He's 5 now, so.
So it's flag. Okay,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what?
flag, yeah.
I think she put
Oh, yeah.
to,
With
for
your
Alex.
son.
Yeah, I have another son, so I have 3 sons.
Yeah, she was telling me that. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So hopefully they get on the same team.
Dude, I'm excited because Chase is like, he's
Takes it
actually pretty
seriously.
good,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
we'll have a good little squad then.
Yeah.
Alex is pretty good. My
he's
best
got
friend
an arm
Ben.
on him, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's got an arm.
They don't really throw at that age. It's all running. They run a very simple.
And he's into the jukesing and
That's
all
good.
that,
Yeah,
too.
he'll
Like,
love that then.
I think when he gets into tackle, I think he's going to be a tank.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
think he's going to be a tank.
I think. I love being out there. Like I said, I get excited when they're excited. Whenever
Yeah.
they're getting better and they realize they're getting better.
Yeah.
Like just
Right.
between I had 2 back-to-back conditionings the last 2 Thursdays, and just the difference. The second one and
Right.
like their attitudes, their demeanors out there. You're just like, man, you put it on. That's a good thing.
Yeah, we want to put our middle boy in, Silas. He's 6. Dude, he's a tank.
Yeah.
I mean, just a tank.
Yeah.
What was he, 90 pounds? We weighed him yesterday.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I saw him on the couch. Is that him?
Yeah, I was like,
Solid kid.
dude, we need a life jacket for him. I was like, and he ain't fitting a kid's one.
Yeah,
I
get
was
him the
like,
adult.
The adult's small, but I was like, you got to be 90 pounds. He was 90 pounds on the dot. I was like, damn, boy.
Bro,
Yeah.
So we're getting off the boat yesterday, and I told him, I'm like, bro, he's so much heavier than he looks. Like, you look at him, he's like, oh, he's a big boy. But then you pick him up, and you're like, whoa. So
Solid.
we're on the back. He's on the back of the boat. I'm on the dock. He goes to pick him up. He
Dude.
changed his mind so quick.
How old is he?
6.
He's
6.
6, yeah.
So my
90 pounds.
9-year-old weighs, I think, like 70. I don't even think he weighs 70.
Dude, I went to pick him up though, and then I'm like, put your feet down, and he's keeping his feet up, and I'm trying to hold him. I'm like, I'm gonna drop you in a second. Put your feet down.
He's like trying to pick up like all dead weight.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
so
exactly
bad.
what it was like. I was like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah. So he's kind of rough. He's not super rough, but every now and then he just kind of get to this
Yeah.
rough moment. Dude, sometimes he'll come up to me, catch me off guard, and push me, about knock me over.
Yeah.
I'm like, boy,
Football's good for like just giving him something to do, and it just
Yeah.
it's very disciplined. So like I'm not like a freak out coach. I refuse to like yell at a kid that's 9 years old.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna yell at
absolutely.
you. I'm gonna say, hey man,
Right.
I'm gonna make a stupid joke. I might
Yeah.
make him feel silly about it, but I'm never
Right.
gonna like degrade him.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if they don't catch the pass, I'm like, would you forget how your hands work? Like
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, you got to at that age.
Yeah.
Like when they get to the they start talking. That's when you got to
Yeah.
get more. But at that
Yeah.
age, you don't want to ruin it for them.
100%. Like they
Yeah.
hate
Right now
you
it's
as a
about fun.
coach. Like that's not fun as a coach to be
Yeah.
like
right.
freak out. I've seen it. I've seen it
Oh,
over
me
the
too,
years,
yeah.
and you're just like poor kids.
Right.
It's like,
Absolutely.
See, I'd be that coach that's like, you got to respect me though. You know what I
100%.
mean? Like respect.
Yes, coach,
I'm gonna
no
get on
coach.
you, but I'm not gonna make you like
Yeah.
hate it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
yeah.
hey, if everybody's running and you're walking back there, it's gonna be like,
Hey,
know,
catch up.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
know?
hey, come on, man. Like, what are you dragging sandbags behind you? Let's go. You know.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? But yeah, you definitely need a little bit of
Yeah. It's hard. Like we
Structure.
had,
Yeah, structure,
We had
exactly.
a couple kids that were a little tough to get to do exactly what you wanted to do. But it's a little tough with discipline. I know last season we kind of had some issues with people talking about, oh, he's not good, and
Yeah.
so it's
Keeping
kind
your
of
hands
hard
to
to
yourself
handle.
and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But you got to address it, but
100%.
keep it fun. So we went undefeated, and the whole season was nothing but fun.
That's
right.
awesome.
It wasn't about winning. It was just go out there and have fun. We were undefeated.
That's
right?
how our baseball season was this year. We had a great baseball season this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Good
Yeah,
one.
we think football will be good for. He's got ADHD.
Yeah.
So working with him on that, so we don't have him on medicine or nothing. So I think football will be pretty good for him.
One of the things, though, if you're going to do it, like I tell parents all the time, they don't really do it as much. If your kid is really passionate about a sport, you have to find a way to do more than just what the coaches are able to do.
Yeah.
Because during the school season, we only get 6 hours a week with them. So,
Yeah.
like, when at a young age,
It's
it's
hard.
not enough. They,
Yeah.
they,
And
if
so
they-
many moving parts
Yeah.
to football.
They
Right.
really, like they have to understand it. I mean, you got 11 different guys on the field that all have to know what they're doing, or it's not going
Right.
to work.
Yeah. How many coaches do you have?
There's 6 of us coaches, and then I have a guy who's going to help out and film for me. So like how your brother is, I'm real tech savvy too. So
Yeah.
I have a man cave basement in my house, and I have a whole setup with a PC and all. So I design plays and everything on there.
No shit.
We have like an app that we use, the all guys use to play. We're trying to keep it pretty good. I'm going to study film and just see where we can improve.
At 9U, bro,
Yeah.
when I played for the Bucks, it was like, all right, every route I played wide receiver and corner because we didn't have enough teams, so you were on both sides. Every time it was post route, bro. I was dead at the end of every fucking game.
So we're trying to make it to where, we have a lot of kids that still need to learn. This is like a learning process for them. So we're trying to just set up like a routine of just like, hey, we're going to do it this way. They're kind of falling into it. They were very respectful last one. Everyone, yes, coach, no coach. Just get them in the swings of it. And if we can record and actually study film, and just say, hey, look, all right, cool, you're dropping your hip weird here. Don't do that. Or straighten your leg here. Just to help them improve, show them, have an ability to send the video to their parent and be like, hey, show Jimmy Boy this, and
right.
Hear that airplane?
I hear it. So Aaron, what's a
We're recording from the beach, just so
we're on a private island right now. You hear that? That's our jet coming to pick us up. Maybe one day, that'd be cool.
Were you smoking with them or something?
No.
Yeah, right?
So Aaron, what's a life lesson, something that you went through, or something that you took something positive from?
Your motto, your credo.
Shoot, man, that's a tough one. There's a lot probably that you can go off, say different things that you learn from life, but
right.
Probably my motto, man, is just be the best person I can. Period.
Yeah.
So I work with a real religious company now, and like super, super religious. What German Baptists are?
Mm-mm.
They're like Amish, dude.
Yeah.
They wear like the hats and no mustache, beards and stuff, no electronics. They can't have a smartphone. And we were talking about it the other day, and he was just like, one of the guys asked me, he's like, do you believe in heaven and hell? I was like, look, man, I'm not like super religious. I am, but I don't go to church every Sunday. I was like, I believe to go to heaven, man, you just be the best person is really what it is. But, dude, and it's so hard. It's like you're going down the road and somebody cuts you off or hits your mic. Like, you want to flick them off and, be a dick about it. But then it's like, dude, what is that? What is that, man? Why get worked up? So, dude, I really just try to be the best person I can. It's as simple as that. Hold the door for somebody. You never know somebody having a bad day. You hold the door for them, and it brightens somebody's day. But that's probably one of my biggest ones, man. And it's hard. It's such a struggle. Like, do something stupid and just like ask yourself, man, was that necessary? What is that? What does that pay? What is that worth? But,
you don't get anything out of that.
Yeah, exactly. So, one thing I just said, what does that pay? So that was a motto that I used to, I got it from my buddy at the car dealership. When you have power at a car dealership, it's a lot of power, man. It's the difference between someone getting a car or getting a good interest rate or getting the car that they want. So if somebody's an asshole, sometimes you kind of, hey, sorry, bud, you can't get approved. Or, hey, you need to put $5,000. Oh, you don't have $5,000?
Your interest rate is just going to be 24%.
Yeah. So, you got a lot of ways to be a dick to somebody, but it's like, what does that pay?
No,
ask yourself that all the time. What does that pay? What's it worth?
Right.
But
I even like to do when like someone's being a real dick. I like to be like
super nice.
Yeah, just be like,
I kill him with kindness.
Yeah, like
I do the same.
You sound stupid.
Right.
This is what you came for.
Right.
Yeah, it's tough.
So, and that even makes them matter.
Yeah.
When you're just like unfazed by it, it makes them matter.
So, little funny story. So y'all have Dairy Queen up here?
Yeah.
No?
Not a lot, but we used to. Yeah, there's a few left.
So we got quite a bit Dairy Queen. But I was at Dairy Queen the other day, and the lady at the window was like, hey, can you pull forward a little bit? My food wasn't ready. So I'm sitting up there, I'm on my phone, and this lady behind me, after a couple minutes goes by, she honks her horn. I'm like, I should be pulled up quite a bit. I'll pull up a couple more feet, whatever. So I pull up, still sitting there. I'm like, this person really can't drive if she can't drive around me. So then she comes up beside me. She starts yelling, cussing, screaming, flicks me off, and I can read her mouth. She goes, "What are you doing?" She thought that I was just sitting there playing on my phone. I'm like, dude, I went from 0 to 100. I wanted to get out and just act like a fucking asshole.
A nuisance.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm waiting on my food, you dumb. Right? So then I leave. So she's up at the light, and I'm just boiling mad. And then I'm mad that I didn't do anything, right? I'm mad that I kept calm. So it's just eating at me. So she's at the stoplight. And, dude, I'm literally sitting there telling myself, get the fuck out the car. Get the fuck out the car. Walk up to her and just be an asshole.
Say something right. Yeah.
And then, like, an hour later, I'm like, I'm really glad that I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, what does that do? It's not worth
That was
it.
self-control, though. I mean, something like that, like that video I showed you yesterday. There's a video going around right now on Facebook. This guy, they must have road rage, jumps out his truck with his gun in his hand, goes up to another truck. He has the gun in his right hand, right? And he's with the left hand, like, pointing at the guy's window talking shit. Well, then he puts his hand down, puts the gun in the left hand, and goes to pick his right hand up. The guy's seen the gun already. As soon as he goes to pick the right hand up, he gets shot. Pop, pop, pop. Right in the... Dude, you just got killed over road rage. So, like, and I've been in... Dude, I can get it bad,
Bro,
too,
it
sometimes.
runs through our blood.
But,
like...
I've learned to, like, especially now that I have kids and all, like, yeah, you know, I don't do it. But, like, back in the day, like, me and my brother Jeremy one time, we're coming home from work, and there's this kid driving or whatever, and he, like, cuts me off. So then I'm like, what the fuck? So then, you know, I go to get around, and then he won't let me get around him. He's playing games with me, right? So now I'm getting pissed, because I do have a kid. What if my kid is in the car? And that's how I start thinking, right? So we pull up to the freaking, light, Catherine Avenue, and me and Jeremy jump out the car, and then he goes take off, and Jeremy grabs a Gatorade bottle, and he had a sunroof open and threw it right in the window, right? So then we jump back in the car, and we're chasing him. We was gonna beat his ass. Like, we was pissed. He was gonna get his ass beat. So then, like, we pulled up, and you know, he ended up getting away. So we ended up, I got his tag. Like, I knew the car and shit. I found out where he fucking worked. Wow. We found out where he worked, and we showed up to his work like 2 days later. Boy, his ass was shook. His ass was shook, and like we told him, like, dude, you don't know who you're fucking with. You know, you need to be a little more conscious when you're freaking driving, and realize I was like, what if I had my kid in the car? You know what I mean? Like, he literally swerved at me to where I, like, went into the median, like, into the grass. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was pissed. Like, if it was something that nowadays it's, you know, a little bit different, you know, especially if you got kids, I'm just going to back off way, you know, back, right? Yeah. Now, at the end of the day, if somebody's road rage with me and they pull up, I'm going to be the guy that was calm in the car waiting right there for you to threaten my life, and then you're going to be the one that's done.
So last night we were coming back from the concert. We went to Merriweather. We were coming back, and we were passing, like, Chestnut Hill Cove, and we got to those two lights, and this guy's, like, swerving. Then he almost doesn't stop at the light. We get the light, and he's literally pulling off, like, drinking a beer.
Oh, my God.
Like, oh, my God. I'm like, man, we should stop him. Then we get up there, and we see a cop. We're like, do we stop and tell the cop? I'm like, nah, we're going home. Not my problem. Like...
Dude,
yeah, but see,
drinking and driving.
So do I,
can't
but it's like,
it.
Man, it's
the
not
other
my problem.
day, right in front of my house, dude was drinking and driving, and the kids, you know, are usually out there and shit, right? And this guy comes flying. They come around this corner. He hits the light pole here, takes out the mailbox and all. I come running outside because I hear something.
That's when you were recording that? Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, that TikTok, that was a different.
All right.
That was a different.
I was like, man, that's a busy intersection then.
So I come out, and he's trying to leave the scene. His whole front wheel's off. So me and all the neighbors, and we're like, yeah, get out the car. You know, you're waiting here. You're going to jail tonight. And he was like, oh, fuck. He was drunk as shit, dude. Like, if my kid would have been out front playing basketball and the ball went in the road, this guy was probably going 65 miles per hour on this road. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have no sympathy for it.
My wife's brother was killed by a drunk driver when she was 3. After, I think it was like a day or two after her 3rd birthday.
So
in Bayside Beach, going towards, like, Cheshire Crab.
No shit.
18-wheeler. He was standing at the bus stop for school and hit him in the dead back of the neck. Like, killed him.
Was he young, or?
Yeah, he was waiting. I think it was the high school or middle school bus.
Right.
Wow.
Like, and just, like, ruined her whole family's lives.
Yeah.
And, like,
being selfish.
At 6 in the morning. Like, how are you hammered drunk at 6, 7 in the morning like that?
So that boy that I'm talking about that we road raged with, come to find out, like, when we found out who he was and all, he actually, he killed a dude drinking and driving. And let's just say his, somebody in his family, I don't want to say too much, but somebody in his family was a very important person. I'll tell you after the podcast. made it all go away. So he got away with it. And the dude that he killed was it was like, I forgot, it was like 4th of July weekend or something like that, a weekend where the guy that he killed was posting to give rides to people that were drinking and driving, and he ends up getting killed.
Really?
Wow.
So we said something about that, and he's like, well, I don't care. We're like, you already killed somebody drinking and driving, like, and he's like, what, I don't care, really. And it's like, dude, you ain't gonna learn your lesson.
Yeah, that's
He was
crazy.
just saying that though, because they act tough.
Yeah.
Well,
You
think
got
that,
you hit him good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So not long ago down at
You probably know the guy.
Probably.
I'm gonna
tell me
tell you
after.
after,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want to. We don't have to edit.
Yeah.
So, I told you I live in, like, I call it bumfucked Egypt. It's very, very country out there. So this dude drunk driving kills somebody. This small town is like, people are connected, shady shit goes on. Well, he gets same ordeal. He gets let off because his family's connected. Literally less than a year later, he kills another person drunk driving.
Yeah, he ain't gonna learn your lesson like that.
Not at all.
No,
Not
there's
at
people
all.
too that are habitual, and you're just like. Nowadays, back in the day, I could see it. Nowadays, you have no excuse to get a DUI.
Yeah.
Like everybody has a ride in their pocket at
Yeah.
any time.
Yup.
Don't
Uber.
do it.
Any Uber, you have any cell phone contacts. You could call somebody.
Right.
I'm pretty sure there's like hotlines you can call if you don't have money.
Right.
Yeah.
They would rather take you home
Yeah.
than let you drive anymore.
Yeah.
A superintendent that I work with, he just got killed on 4th of July weekend Sunday, drunk driving.
Drunk driving.
Now, look, so reading the story, like, it kind of hits you. You're like, you're kind of sad for him, but then you're like,
He
well,
did
you're
it.
drinking and
Yeah,
driving.
he did it.
The
Yeah.
only thing that I cared about when I was like reading about it was, did he hurt anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the sad part. Luckily,
Yeah.
he didn't. So, but dude, someone else getting hurt, killed, and drunk driving.
Right.
That's terrible. That's
Yeah.
just
Like
absolutely
Ryan
terrible.
Dunn, he killed himself and then he killed that dude, his friend with him. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
it's like
Yep.
you don't know if that friend was like slow down,
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right.
and it just
That's crazy, man. I'd rather drive. Like, hey, I don't drink. I don't do none of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I don't care if people do, as long as you're smart about it. You ain't
Yeah.
a fucking idiot, right? Like,
Even one, like,
yeah,
I don't drink much. I'll drink occasionally, but one sip, I don't want to drive.
yeah, I don't really drink. I'll drink, but I will not drive. Like
Yeah.
Right.
if I start drinking, I'm not going to
Yeah.
drive.
Right.
A lot of
Make
times
that
I'll
decision
drive my van
beforehand.
somewhere, like here in the neighborhood. That way, because I know I can leave it there and just get it before the weekend's over.
Right.
It's very convenient.
Yeah.
Everybody lives so close to here.
Yeah.
I love hanging out all around here.
Yeah.
I don't leave Pasadena a lot.
Yeah.
Some people think that's like an insult. They're like, "Oh, I'm like, dude, I love Pasadena." Like,
Pasadena
It's a cool
boy.
place.
yeah,
It really
dude,
is.
It really is. We're right on the water. We
Yeah.
have everything we need around here. Like, it's like one way in, one way out. We have the two rival high schools.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, what side of Pasadena are you on? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Greenhaven. Just all. It's like little boroughs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you wouldn't believe how many people I meet where I live at 5 hours away that are from Pasadena.
Really.
Dude, all the time. I'm not kidding. So I've been down there since 2008. I bet you I've met over 100 people from this area.
That's wild.
So my wife
That's
does
nuts.
farmers markets.
Ooh.
This girl that sets up 3 tents away from her went to Chesapeake High School. Grew up off Mountain Road. It's
wow.
all the time. Back when I was in the dealership, just kind of, you learn
Get a
about
license
people's
and you're
things.
like, hey,
Yeah.
I know that address.
Yep. Met a girl that grew up in Elizabeth Landing. Multiple people that graduated Northeast. It's crazy,
Yeah.
but it's
Small
pretty
world.
cool.
It is a
Yeah.
small world.
So what's the plans for the future? You got anything?
So definitely, real estate is something I want to definitely keep going. So, I kind of set a goal was to have a house every 2 years, whether it's to rent or to flip, whatever, have it. So kind of fell off of that track, got back on that track, did two years in a row. So that kind of got me back on track. Is it next year? Next year I have to have another house to keep on track of that. But real estate's definitely something that I want to keep pursuing, expanding. So much to learn about it.
Yeah.
I like working on stuff myself, but being able to afford to pay other people to do other stuff. But really that, man, I want to build an empire when it comes to real estate.
Yeah.
Honestly, get my real estate license, that'll be a huge step. I looked into it a little bit about a year ago, just didn't really feel right timing with the new job. So
Right.
man,
I had a
like,
friend that did it, and it didn't end up. He studied a lot,
Yeah.
And he has like a genius wife who helped him.
Yeah. Well, in the market we're in
like a
too is
scientist.
just like crazy.
Oh yeah, it's unreal.
It's nuts. It really is. But
Yeah.
I thought I had a house last week. I mean, I was dead set on it and just kind of fell through. Had a little bit more damage to it than we first initially
It's not worth the flip. Don't put the money out.
Exactly. Yeah. But I'd love a real estate license, man. It would absolutely be something
you'd
cool.
cut another person out. You wouldn't have to. You could literally buy the house, flip it. You would make all the commissions. You would be able to do all that.
Yeah.
You got to find yourself a good contractor, like one person that does all the work for you.
Yeah.
Says, hey, I got this. Do it now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love working on the house.
So that's your next step, then, getting your real estate license and,
Probably.
and doing that.
Yeah. So
It's not
when
a
I
bad
was
move.
when I was looking into it, so when I left the car business, dude, it was just like a full 180. Got into something I had no idea what I was doing. So I do concrete pumping now, sales rep. So I'm actually a sales rep in North Carolina. So most days I'm in another state doing that job, which I love it. But at first it was like, dude, I don't really know nothing about commercial construction type thing. I can get along with these guys, but I don't know shit about it. So it was a pretty huge learning curve for me. Now that I kind of got my feet wet with it, feel pretty comfortable. Probably something I need to start looking back into.
You guys and your sales.
Yeah.
You guys are.
It started with me, man.
Like I said, it's one of those things. If you can talk to people, you can sell anybody anything.
Right.
So
right.
Chris is a natural salesman.
Yeah, I've found that out quite quickly. So like I've not known, like I said, I've not even known Chris that long, but just like the vibes that I got from him from coaching, like even when I saw him on the side, I didn't really even talk to him more towards the end of the season. And then we ran into each other at the fields, early this spring this year, and I asked what was happening, like what's up with the podcast. And he was like, I don't have a co-host or anything. I'm like, well, you do it by yourself. He's like, oh, I want a co-host. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm interested. Like,
yeah.
Right.
So like Chris, I mean, he's always been that guy that just can talk people into doing stuff.
He
right?
sold me into tater tots that day.
Yeah.
Like, I had no intentions on eating. I was good. He was like, dude, they have $5 tater tots with every possible topping you can put one on there. It's 5 pounds of tater tots. I'm like, let's check it out.
He can't help it. He cannot help it.
And they were, he didn't oversell them either. They were like that.
Yeah. So, you know, like he studies, he works hard to like still be a great salesperson, but he don't have to. Like me, I was a great salesperson selling cars, doing finance. When you do finance, you got to sell the warranties and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was the best, right? And that's why I made really good money with it. But dude, it was all from hard work. It is not from being like a natural salesperson at all.
Really?
So like, dude, if I didn't,
So he's got it naturally. You had to work for it.
dude, well, I mean, he works for it too. Like, don't get me wrong, but dude, it is like it's crazy what a natural salesperson he is. It's crazy.
Natural talent is just, it's in any aspect. When you see someone that can just take over and do something first try, you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, dude, if he would give up the time, him in the car business, oh my god, dude, it'd be over.
I was curious what he
Absolutely
did when I
over.
first met him, because he had the first practice he rolls up in a Tesla, and then he shows up in this giant van. I'm like, what does this guy do?
What is this dude doing? He's a drug dealer.
Yeah, I'm like, Greenhaven's most
Sales,
wanted.
baby.
Yeah.
Best job in the world.
But now we're so much alike. So, like, I got a Tesla too. Like, bro, we have the same interests.
That's awesome.
We really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've always been that way growing up. Like,
Well, like video games and stuff, and
it was funny because like
into the same things, hobbies
Yeah.
and stuff.
So CJ is Jeremy and Chris's stepbrother. He's my half brother with my mom. But Jeremy and CJ were more alike. Like their interests aligned more. They were more alike, and then me and Chris were always a lot more alike. But it's just like crazy. Not even really growing up with each other. However many miles away apart we were, like we were always connected. We were always like into the same shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
That's always good about being close to the same age. When you're very similar in age, it just works well.
Yeah,
Right,
for
right.
sure.
I had 2 sisters, so I have 2 brothers too, but I didn't meet them. I met them once when I met one brother when I was young. I was in middle school. It was like 2001. He was probably like 11 years old, and then I met him as adults, and
Yeah.
I don't really see them. Not
Yeah, it's different with us. So
Yeah.
we have a little sister, and
Nice.
you know, it's just different. You know,
Yeah.
you're the protector of her. You know, it's a little harder to be a friend. But so she moved down to Virginia with me. But yeah, it's just, you know, we're close.
That's awesome.
She's the only person we really let watch our kids and stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as like me and Chris are friends, right? Not just brothers, but we're friends.
Yeah.
Like my sister, love her to death, but you know, it's just a little different.
It's a little different vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my two sisters, same thing. I have a little sister who I'm like ultra protective over. I would never let anything happen to her.
Mm-hmm.
I have a middle sister. I would do the same, but like she's a tough son of a bitch. Like she can handle her own. She's always been one of the ones where I knew that like, well, no matter what she went through, she could handle her situation.
Right.
Like,
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, man, I think Chris, you got to get going here soon, right?
Yeah, we're gonna hang out Saturday night. They didn't tell
Yeah.
me that we threw this together with what was it, like 5? You were like, you available tonight?
What time is it?
It's 7:30. So
I gotta go pick my crabs up too. Shit.
shit.
nice. About to eat some crabs.
About
but
to
yeah,
get some crabs. All right, Aaron. Lead us out of here, man. What's a message you would want to leave the world if today was your last day? Ooh, I just came up with that. That's a
Ooh.
good one.
Today was my last day.
Yep.
Oh, shoot. Donate money to my kids.
That's a
just
good one.
Go fund that.
Yeah. But nah, man, just take care of yourself, take care of other people. You know, I managed for a long time, and I always put other people first. Period. That's it. It ain't about yourself. It's about your family. It's about everyone else. Seriously, it's take care of others. They'll take care of you. But
Yeah. You gotta take care of yourself first, though.
Yeah.
to a degree.
Absolutely.
in an aspect, but for sure. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming, Chris. Short notice.
dude.
And
Yeah.
Great meeting you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I'm next time you come up, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm joining the crab feast next time.
Is this
Hell
the
yeah.
first podcast?
This is second. First one's quality. Audio wasn't so great. I
Did
can
you
already.
put that one out yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, we're going to, but it's got some.
What day are you thinking so we
kinks.
can
I'm
have
probably gonna throw it together Monday. I think I'm gonna put it
to
up.
go live
Yeah,
this Monday?
This
Okay.
Monday, and
So,
then this
yeah.
one will probably the following.
Yeah, okay.
So,
So yeah, Mondays, check us out.
yep.
Well, look forward to keep watching you guys.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think it's gonna be a good,
I hope so.
good duo.
I hope,
Caleb sucked. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, Caleb. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, your kid. Yeah, we definitely got to turn it off.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, tune in. Hopefully every Monday for the Hustle and Speak podcast. Thanks for listening.